Good morning. Now today we are going to learn how to divide a whole number by a fraction. I had explained you yesterday how to divide a fraction by a whole number and a fraction by a fraction, and I had asked you to do exercise 4n, which is on page number 71, question 1 to 22. You have to practice these sums. Now today we will divide a whole number by a fraction. We will learn to do this. Now let me take an example. Let us divide. Children, it is very easy to divide a whole number by a fraction. Let us divide 15 by 5 over 7. Now what will we do? Children, in the first step, we will write this whole number in fraction form. How will we write this whole number in fraction form, children? It can be written as 15 over 1. So we have changed this whole number into fraction. Now let us put the divide sign. Since we have to divide 15 by 5 over 7, so 15 over 1, we will divide by 5 over 7. Now, children, we will find the reciprocal of the second fraction. The second fraction is 5 over 7. So, we will find the reciprocal of 5 over 7. The reciprocal of 5 over 7, what will it be, children? When we write the reciprocal, the denominator becomes the numerator and numerator becomes the denominator. So what is the reciprocal of 5 over 7? The reciprocal of 5 over 7 is 7 over 5. Now we will multiply the first fraction. The first fraction is 15 over 1. We will multiply the first fraction with the reciprocal of the second fraction. The reciprocal of the second fraction is 7 over 5. So we will multiply the first fraction with the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now children, let us see, children, whether numerator and denominator can be reduced or not. Now see, 7 is the numerator of the second fraction and the denominator of the second fraction is 5. 7 and 5, they do not have any common factor. There is no number which will divide 7 also and 5 also. Now see, look at the numerator of the first fraction and denominator of the second fraction. 15 and 5, they have a common factor. Both of them are divisible by 5. So we will cancel them by, we will reduce them by 5. 15, when we divide by 5, how much do we get? 5 times 3 is 15. So when we divide 15 by 5, we get 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Now 5, when we divide by 5, what do we get? 1. 5 times 1 is 5. Now we will multiply the numerators. 3 and 7. 3 times 7 is 21. We will multiply the denominators. The denominators are 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Now 21 over 1. What does it mean? It means 21. So this is the answer that we get when we divide the whole number by a fraction. Let us take another example now. Children, now let us take another example where we will divide a whole number by a mixed number. The procedure will be same. You just have to change the mixed number into improper fraction. Okay, let us take another example. Now, let us take second example. Divide 28 by 3 and 1 over 5. Now, 28 is a whole number. Let's change into fraction form. 28 means 28 over 1. It can be written in fraction like this. We have to divide this by 3 and 1 over 5. So we will put division sign. Now let's convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 1, 16. So 16 will become the numerator. And denominator 5 will remain the same. So 16 over 5. Now we will multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now reciprocal of 16 over 5. Second fraction is 16 over 5. So we will find its reciprocal. Reciprocal of 16 over 5 is 5 over 16. Isn't it, children? Now we will multiply 28 over 1 by the reciprocal of the second fraction, which is 5 over 16. Now children, let's see which numerator and denominator have common factor. Now see 28 and 16. Both are even numbers. That means they are divisible by 2. Now 28 and 16 are also divisible by 4. Now think of a number which will divide 16 and 28 apart from 2 and 4. Now children, I cannot think of any such number. So let us reduce 28 and 16 by 4, which is their common factor. Now divide 16 by 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So when we divide 16 by 4, we get 4. Now let us divide 28 also by 4. 28 when we divide by 4, what do we get? 7. 4 times 7 is 28. Now numerator 5 and this denominator 4. Do they have any common factor? Is there any number between 5 and 4? No. So what will we do? Now we will multiply the numerators. Instead of 28 we have now 7. Now 7 and 5 we will multiply. 7 times 5 is 35. And we will multiply the denominators. 1 times 4 is 4. Now it is an improper fraction. So we will change it into mixed fraction. In the rough, we will divide 35 by 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Now, so what will be our answer? 1 second, children. Now 8 whole 3 over 4. 8 whole 3 over 4 is our answer. Okay, children. So now what will you do? You will do question 23 to 32 in your practice notebook. In all these sums, you have to divide a whole number by a fraction, by a mixed fraction. Okay. Now we come to the word problems. Everyone open your book at page 72. Now we will take the word problems that we have to do, and we will cut few word problems which you will not have to practice, which you will not do. Now take a pencil in your hand and take these word problems. Page number 72. Page 72. The word problems are on page number 72, children. Take these problem sums. Now question 1. Take again that. 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. Only these you have to do. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. These word problems. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. These word problems we will be doing. We will leave question 4, 8, 9 and 10. These word problems we will be leaving. Now let us start with children. See, question number 1, 2, 3 and 7. These are similar type of sums. Question 1, 2, 3 and 7. These are similar type of sums. So from here I have done one problem sum in the notebook and one problem sum I will explain you here. Problem number 1 I have solved in the mathematics notebook and will send you the pic of that. I have already sent you the pic of that today. So question 1 I have solved in the fair notebook. you will do it from there, you will understand. Once you watch the problem sum that I explained now. Now question 2, 3 and 7. Out of this, children, I would like to explain you problem number 2. Problem number 2 now. One, I will send you on WhatsApp. Now problem number 2 is, see, let's read and understand. If the cost of 15 pencils is 32 rupees, 32 and a half rupees. Let me write the problem. If the cost of 15 pencils is, how much? If the cost of 15 pencils is 32 and a half rupees. 32 and a half rupees. Now, what do we have to do? We have to find the cost of one pencil. Now, children, whenever we have word problems, always read the problem sum nicely, twice, thrice, and you will automatically know what is the question demanding, what is being asked to do. Now, let us read and understand. I'll explain. If the cost of 15 pencils is 32 and a half rupees. See, we know the cost of 15 pencils. There are two things given. If you read the first sentence, you know that the cost is given and the number of pencils is given. Now, we have to find the cost. Now, the question part of the problem is find the cost. So, when you're reading, underline what you have to find. Here, you have to find the cost of one pencil. See, if you know the cost of 15 pencils, can you find the cost of one pencil? Yes, it is very easy. See, the cost of 15 pencils is 32 and a half rupees. So, think now, cost of one pencil will be more than the cost of 15 pencils or less than the cost of 15 pencils? One pencil will definitely cost less than 15 pencils. So, whenever you get answer less, it will cost less. So, you will divide. Cost of one pencil will be less than the cost of 15 pencils. Okay? So, now, see, multiplication, division problem sums, you can do with the headings and save your time. It is not that you cannot do with statements, you can do with statements also, but if you understand how to do with headings, it will save a lot of time. Now, see, find the cost. Always see what you have to find. We have to find the cost. Cost of what? Cost of pencils. So, whatever has to be found, that heading will come on the right hand side. Very easy. It is very easy. Read the question part and see what has to be found. Here, find the cost of one pencil. So, you have to find the cost of pencil. So, cost of pencils, this heading will come on right hand side. You have to find the cost of pencil, one pencil. So, this will come on the right hand side. Now, one other thing is given. Cost of pencils is given and see 15 pencils. So, number of pencils is given. So, this heading will come on the left hand side. So, in this problem sum, you know two things. Cost of pencils and the number of pencils. So, we have written the two headings. On the right hand side, that heading comes, which has to be found out. The thing that has to be found out. Find the cost of one pencil. So, cost of pencils, the heading will come on the right hand side. And on the other side, the other thing that is given in the question, that heading comes. Now, after we have written the headings and underline them, we will read the first sentence. If the cost of 15 pencils. How many pencils? See, under the number of pencils, we will write 15 pencils. If the cost of 15 pencils is how much? 32 and a half rupees. 32 and a half rupees is the cost of 15 pencils. So, 15 pencils, their cost is 32 and a half rupees. Okay, so now instead of first sentence, we have written the numbers under the heading. Instead of the statements, we are using the headings. Now, find the cost of one pencil. Cost of one pencil, will it be more than the cost of 15 pencils or less than the cost of 15 pencils? It something less, we will divide. So now you will write this number which is here on the right hand side. 32 and a half. Less means divide. You will divide it by which number? 15. Now let's divide. Let's change this mixed fraction into improper fraction. 32 times 2 is 64. 64 plus 1, 65 over 2. Now you know 15 is a whole number. Whole number can be written in fraction form. 15 means 15 over 1. Now we multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction. What will be the reciprocal of 15 over 1? Reciprocal of 15 over 1 will be 1 over 15. So we will multiply 65 over 2 by reciprocal of second fraction, which is 1 over 15. Now by looking at these two fractions, see, I know that 15 and 65 can be reduced by which number? See, the digit in one's place of both the numbers is 5. In one's place, the digit in both the numbers is 5. So 65 and 15 both have a common factor which is 5. So let us reduce them by 5. Now let us divide 15 by 5. 5 times 3 is 15. So we get 3. Now table of 5 we do not know till 65. So we will take the first digit which is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. So write 1 and keep 5 in your mind. 6 minus 5, 1. 1 we go carry, 1 times 15. 1 and 5, 15. Now 5 times 3 is 15. So children, if you can't do like this, divide 65 by 5. See, 65 by 5 you can divide in the rough. See, what will you get? 13. So when you multiply 5 and 13, you get 65. So that means when you divide 65 by 5, what do you get? 13. So 13 are written here. Now what will we do? I will multiply the numerators. 13 times 1 is 13. Isn't it, children? Now we will multiply the denominators. 2 times 3 is 6. Now 1 second, children. Yes, now you can see. Now 13 over 6. It is what? It is an improper fraction. So we will change into mixed fraction. We will change this into mixed fraction. 1 second. Let me adjust this. Yes. Now let us divide 13 by 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So what is our answer? 2 whole 1 over 6. Now see, this number is under which heading? Cost of pencils. So what will be the unit? It will be rupees. We have found the cost of one pencil. Cost of one pencil is 2 whole 1 over 6 rupees. Let me add unit. Let me rub this. Rupees 2 whole 1 over 6. So if when we knew the cost of 15 pencils, we could easily find the cost of one pencil. Cost of one pencil is 2 and 1 over 6 rupees. Now, once again. Now see, look at this problem sum. Find the cost of one pencil. Since this is a problem sum, we have to write the answer statement. What will be our answer statement? The cost of one pencil. The cost of one pencil is 2 whole 1 over 6 rupees. This is our answer. So children, question 1, 2 and 7, 1, 2, 3 and 7 are similar to this problem sum. If you know how to do one problem sum which is like this, you can do the rest of them also. Now I will explain you sixth problem sum. I will explain you sixth problem sum. Now I will illustrate this problem sum. I will not write down. I will draw a figure to explain you this. Okay. Now see. 1 second. Now see, Sushma had, look at top number 6. Sushma had 11 whole 1/4 meter long ribbon. So Sushma, she has a ribbon. And how long is the ribbon? See, Sushma has this ribbon. I am drawing a ribbon. Imagine this to be a ribbon. Now, how long is the ribbon? The ribbon is 11 whole 1/4 meter. So 11 whole 1/4 meter. This is how much long this ribbon is. This means it is the length that is given. So what is the length of ribbon? See, length of ribbon. When it is said that she has this much long ribbon, it means the length of ribbon that Sushma has, the length is 11 and 1/4 meter. Now let's read further. She cut it into 9 equal pieces. Now she has cut this ribbon into equal pieces. And how many equal pieces? 9 equal pieces. Let me try to cut it into equal pieces. 1 piece, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Once again, let me make it a bit shorter. And 9. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 11 whole 1/4 meter. This much long ribbon is cut into 9 equal pieces. Okay, so we know that the length of this ribbon is this much. Now what has to be found out? Find the length of each piece of pieces. Now see, the length of all pieces is same. Now we know the length of whole ribbon. If we know the length of whole ribbon, can we find the length of each piece? The length of each piece can be easily found. Now let's make comparison. If the length of, see, all 9 equal pieces of ribbon, if the total length of all 9 pieces is 11 whole 1/4 meter, the length of one piece will be less than that or more than that? It will be less than that. So whenever we get answer in less, we divide. This ribbon has been cut into equal pieces, 9 equal pieces. We have to find the length of one piece. To find the length of one piece, what will we do? We will divide the total length of ribbon by the number of equal pieces it is divided into. Okay, now we have to frame headings. Now how do we frame headings? We know 2 things. We know the length of ribbon and we know the number of equal pieces. Okay, that the ribbon is cut into. What is the question? Let's read the question part. See, find the length of each piece of ribbon. What do we have to find? Length of each piece of ribbon. So length heading will come on the right hand side. And what is the other thing that is given in the question? Number of pieces. Number of pieces of ribbon. Isn't it? So we now know the 2 headings. Number of pieces of ribbon and length. Now let's read the first sentence once again. Sushma had 11 whole 1/4 meter long ribbon. She cut it into 9 equal pieces. So 9 pieces. 9 pieces together make up the whole ribbon. So the length of 9 equal pieces together is how much? 11 whole 1/4 meter. Isn't it? Together the length of 9 equal pieces which make up one ribbon is this much. We have to find the length of each piece. Each means 1. So length of one small piece of ribbon out of 9 pieces will be less than this. So less we divide. So what will we do? We will write this fraction 11 whole 1/4 and then we will divide it by 9. We will divide it by 9. Now come on. In first step, let us convert this mixed fraction into improper. 4 times 11 is 44. 44 plus 1, 45. 45 over 4. Now, 9 means 9 over 1 divided by 9 over 1. Now, in step 2, we will multiply first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Reciprocal of 9 over 1 is 1 over 9. Now, children, we will find the common factor of numerator and denominator. Now, see 45 and 9. Just by looking at the fraction, I have come to know that 45 and 9 have common factor. Both of them are divisible by 9. So, let's divide 9 by 9 and 45 by 9. 9 times 1 is 9. And 45 when we divide by 9, what do we get? 5. 9 times 5 is 45. Now we will multiply the numerators. 5 times 1 is 5. We will multiply the denominators. 4 times 1 is 4. Now 5 over 4. Let's change this into a mixed fraction. Let's divide 5 by 4. Let's divide, come on in the rough 5. Let us divide by 4. 4 times 1 is 4. So what do we get? 1 whole 1 over 4. This is the answer. So 1 whole 1 over 4. Now see, always write the unit. Now the heading on the right hand side was length. And the unit of length that is being used here is meter. So 1 whole 1 over 4 meter. So you see, length of one piece of ribbon is 1 and 1 over 4 meter. Now read the question part. Find the length of each piece of ribbon. So our answer statement, children, will be length of each piece, length of each piece of ribbon is 1 and 1 over 4 meter. Okay, children. So now, children, you will do 3 problem sums I have solved in the mathematics notebook. Question 1, 5 and 6. Okay. Now, you will do these questions 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. All these problem sums once in your practice notebook. And problem sums 1, 5 and 6 in your fair notebook. The pic has been sent to you in the WhatsApp group. Now we will meet